Hello world, this is Kurtis Potter. No, wait a minute. Let's go ahead and take those off. Hello world, it's Kurtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. Today I wanted to talk to you about blocking out the noise, blocking out the smoke, blocking out the haters, blocking out the negative, blocking out whatever it is from holding you back. All right, so I'm here in my paint booth. Got my respirator. See, that blocks out the fumes when I'm painting. Stuff that you don't want to get into your body, right? And then I'm like, man, I've always got my earbuds in. I probably could use some OSHA approved earplugs. But you know what? I use these earbuds for my ear protection, and I listen to positive songs, or if I'm doing something that's not loud like singing, I will listen to podcasts and just motivational stuff to keep me going. And then my eyes, see, let's grab them. I knocked them off my head, but I've got eye protection. And then when I'm down low working above me, these don't quite work. So I've got my mask, right? Got that face shield. See, the thing is in life, we have all of these things that can help us keep out the noise, right? Keep out the smoke. People be blowing you smoke because they're haters, they're doubters. And usually they're doubting you based on probably your past, or they may be doubting you based on it's never been done before. I mean, look how many inventors there are, and I'm almost certain that pretty much every one of them had somebody saying, you can't do that. What? And then they did it. See, you have this belief system inside yourself. But if you allow that outside noise, then people blowing you smoke, the things that you see, man, it can stop you dead in your tracks. They can be distractions. Our pastor just said a couple weeks ago, it was a sermon, and it was called Blocking the Distractions, because those are real. See, the devil is here to steal, kill, and destroy, and one of his best tools is distracting you. It's to put fear in your mind, which is false evidence appearing real. It appears real to you. It will get you believing that smoke. Sometimes you got to put on that mask and not breathe it in. Sometimes you got to put in those earplugs and not listen to the chatter. Sometimes you got to block your eyes and stop watching the media. Stop watching those TV shows that just fill you with the inclination that it's okay to be in the midst of drama. Sometimes we got to put some friends behind us. And it's hard because they've been your friends for a long time and you think they're there for you. But like, say if you're going through a divorce, in their divorce, they might be like, oh yeah, walk out on your marriage. Be single with me. You can do better. Just go ahead and walk out on your family. Go ahead and walk out on a person that loves you like crazy. You know what? You're better than them. That look at all their flaws. That outside noise will get you to walk out on your marriage and put a burden on your family. And you and your spouse, like at one time, you look at some of those pictures I put on my wall the other day. We were looking at each other with just these glitter, these glows, these sparkles in our eyes. Like, I want to spend the rest of your life with you. But if her and I listen to that outside noise of those people that couldn't fight through their marriage, or they listen to somebody that's close to them, that them and their spouse cuss at each other every day, F you, piece of whatever, and then they don't talk about anything before they go to sleep. They go to bed mad, and then they just wake up the next morning and they're like, oh, I love you, we've got an awesome marriage, let's not go to marriage counseling. If you listen to them, that's exactly what you'll attract. What about I want to start a business? No, you can't do that. That's too risky. Just go to a 9-to-5. For what? So you could build someone else's dreams? So you could just be waiting for retirement, so then you die? I had some people one time tell me, Kurtis, why are you doing this business? Why? Why don't you just stick to that union job where you're going to top out at like 44 an hour? Well, first of all, I almost broke my back and I couldn't do it anymore. But second of all, then people that I worked with, they were just breaking down their bodies. And you know, I got in an accident that almost broke my body, but they put a physical wear and tear on their bodies to where before they even retire, they're doing multiple back surgeries, I was eating Vicodin like Pac-Man, like pop, 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 just eating them. So why? Why did I make a career change? Why did I go after my dreams and goals? I don't know, maybe because you work a 9 to 5 and you can only take one vacation a year if you're lucky. I was just talking to this guy the other day, and he's like, man, I really, I wanted to see how much you charged me to paint my kitchen, all the cabinets, kitchen, everything. We want this remodel done. Shot him a price. It's somebody actually I know, so I was looking just to take care of him, and he's like, well, I'm probably gonna have to do it myself. And I was like, man, you know what? Why don't you just take a vacation with your wife, make that investment? I know you got the money. Quit trying to be stingy on your money, because you know how happy she would be. You know what? Just top it off. How about you guys take a vacation? Don't even tell her, just get some feelers. Be like, man, you know what? I was thinking about redoing this kitchen. What color would you want to do this? What tile would you want on that backsplash? What color would you want the paint on the cabinets? What color knobs would you want on those cabinets? Just ask her, start filling her out. And then take her on a vacation. Say, surprise, Merry Christmas. I'm taking you to the Bahamas. I know you got that money in your wallet. Go ahead and dig into it. Invest into your wife. You go, she has no clue, and she comes back not only from a beautiful vacation. Maybe all you can afford is Florida, wherever. Maybe you want to go to the mountains up in Denver. Do whatever it is. Maybe ask her and take her. Or ladies, you know what? Maybe ask your man. He's always buying you flowers. Why don't you invest in him? Why don't you buy him some boxers or something, a shirt? Invest in him. If he's been wanting to go to Cali, take him to Cali. And he's going to break his back doing the remodel. Why don't you go ahead and take it off his shoulders and just say, honey, I appreciate all you do. And you know what? This one, I decided we're always investing money in me. I wanted to invest in you having some peace and tranquility and take some work off your shoulders so you don't have to do that this winter. And you know what? I know you love going hunting, so why don't you just spend a little bit more time going hunting? That's how couples invest in each other. Hey, honey, I've been wanting to go to marriage counseling. Will you please go to marriage counseling with me? Men, sometimes we are so hard-headed because of our ego, our pride. We don't want to be wrong. We don't want to have someone tell us what we've been doing is bad. Men, a lot of ladies out there just begging us to go to marriage counseling. They love us so much. Yet our pride, we're strong, and we're going to just allow our marriage to just crumble. Our women are unhappy. And we're just walking around. Chivalry is almost dead in today's society. And I'm trying to teach that into my son. I'm going to counseling, and I truly don't think I'm ever going to stop going to counseling for the rest of my life. Because you have so much potential. We have so much potential in this world to be anything that we want to be in life. But you know what? You look at those professional athletes. I just watched the UFC fights the other night, and they're the best fighters in the world. We're fighting this battle, everyone. Those are the best fighters in this world, making millions. Floyd Mayweather made like $300 million his last fight because, he was doing all the background stuff, whatever. But he made $300 million in one night. I mean, it took a lot to get there, a lot of setup, a lot of investments, a lot of, learning and so forth. He made that in one night. Best fighter in the world. And he's always had a coach. So why are we resisting? You may not be, but I'm just speaking to people that are. Why? And I know I have. I'm speaking from experience. Why have I resisted counseling to become the best version of myself? I don't know. Actually, I do. It was pride. And it was like, you know what? Because my ego in my head, I didn't want to go get counseling because I had to admit that I was wrong. I had to admit some of the stuff that I was doing was toxic. You know what? That was one of the times when I was blocking out the noise, when people were like, Kurtis, you need help. And I was like, meh. So see, that's the thing is sometimes we could be blocking out the wrong noise, something that we needed to hear. I really, looking at some of my friends, the people that I actually could take counsel from, sometimes I wish they would have been the one to tell me. Because when your husband or wife's like, hey, we need marriage counseling, you need counseling, it's so easy to say you, but again, I keep saying there's three fingers pointed back at me and one at the great Lord Almighty. So how can you block out the noise, block out what you see, block out the smoke the right way? That's what this video is all about. I learned from Tony Robbins, one of the best people walking this earth that's changing the most amount of lives. He's almost fed 1 billion people. Go listen to his story. It was not easy, but what he decided to do was read at least 20 minutes a day. Just 20 minutes a day. And that made it to where he was so intelligent. He didn't even need college because he had read so much. So how do I get that noise out of my mind? That false evidence appearing real? Read some books on some stuff that you want to do. There's so many professionals out there that'll just pave the way, wrote a book to help us. Thank God they took the time to write that book for us. It's just at our fingertips, just like this phone. We could turn off the phone. We could turn off social media, and we could pick up a book. I read to my kids every single night because I just want them to know how valuable reading is and can help you block those lies, block out that noise. Okay, what do I see? You know what? I just watched the series of John Wick. Not too long ago, it had came up on Roku TV, and I was like, oh yeah, man, I remember watching these movies. And I remember going into the third movie of John Wick. I was like, oh man, he's a badass. But then I was like, God spoke to my heart, and he was like, man, I give you 24 hours in a day, and this is what you're choosing to watch? Somebody just going around killing people over a dog? Literally killed 1,000 people over a dog. And society will tell you, oh yeah, that's right, your wife that passed away, she gave you that dog. Kill all those people. Do you not see what's wrong? What's going into our eyes? They go into our mind and our thoughts, and then they become our words, and then they become our actions. No, I'm not going to go kill some people over a dog. But I even remember there was times in that movie where I was getting real tensed up, like, oh man, he's beating the crap out of people. And my old anger issues were just trying to flare up. Like, Kurtis, you want to go beat somebody up at the bar? No, I don't. I don't even want to go to the bar. That's what was going into my eyes. Watching all these TV series, it's all about drama. For what? Watching these bachelorette ladies watching Bachelorette, and then you just put your man on this pedestal that he's got to achieve all this stupid greatness, perfect man-esque bullcrap. None of us are perfect. What's going into our eyes? What's going into our ears? I'll tell you, I went to Ben Davis High School. It was one of the, let's just say I was the minority. Rap music is all you heard. So you know what? I got to where I liked rap music. I want something that's got me, dancing. Something that gets me grooving. One time my wife said, why are you listening to this song and you're over there shaking your moneymaker? Like, I don't know, just the beat to it, it gets me going. And she's like, yeah, but the words in this song. And funny enough, I was like, I couldn't even honestly tell you the words to this song. And she's like, just listen to them. And I did. I started listening to them, and I was like, man, this is an ugly song. It was talking about a dude that only hangs out with killers, dealers, and something else. I don't know. It was like, I don't know. Rick Ross put Molly in her drink, taking advantage of a woman or something. And I'm just like, man, you're right, babe. This is bad. I don't know why I was listening to it. It was just for the groove. But man, it was putting them bad things in my mind. And I said, you know what? You're right, love. I'll start listening to honky-tonk country music with you. But even some of them songs be like, you know what? He cheated on me and I'm going to bash his truck with a big truck. My dog died. My woman left me. I'm going to my next marriage. What? Even some of them can be some bad news. What are you listening to? What are you singing next to? What's coming out of your mouth? Because you know what? You might be singing those songs by them women that got hurt, and she's like, F you, I'm walking out on this marriage, and I'm going to start over and find Prince Charming. And no. How about, you know what? The grass is greener, not on the other side. It's where you water it. How about you just take some ownership? Now, I'm not saying if your dude's cheating on you, you know what? Yeah, you probably need to. But if you got a man that's loving you, if you got a woman that's loving you, how can you block out that noise? And for me, what I did, I started listening to podcasts, especially Rewire by Ryan Stewman and Max Out by Ed Milat and Eric Thomas, just some of the ones I listen to the most, because they're saying, how can you fight for your wife? How can you love unconditionally? How can you become the best version of yourself? How can you take a step forward? How can you stop focusing on the past, except for just to make you better, become the better version of yourself today? How can you give that agape love? I listen to my Bible app where it'll read to me. Reading the Bible. You know what? Like, I've had some people be like, you know what? God is not real. But I'll tell you what, that Bible is one of the best books on teaching you how to become the best version of yourself. You know what? Somebody may be cussing you, talking down to you, saying all this bad stuff about you. And you could just say, you know what? I rebuke the devil. I rebuke the comments that you're making, because you know what? I'm not going to listen to that noise. And I know what it says in the Bible about me and what God sees as me. And I know what's in my heart. And I know who I am. Folks, sometimes you got to block out that noise. You got to block out that smoke. You got to surround yourself with the right people. Not the people that's like, hey, let's go to bars and party and throw away our lives and risk getting a DUI. I just lost somebody so close to my family, my kids. I mean, I'm sorry, my niece and my nephews are going to have to grow up without a dad. For what? If you're hearing this message and you know somebody needs to hear this, please like, share, comment, tag somebody, because you know the drill. Just every step closer to being boundless. I love you all.